Well, first things first, Black Friday. I think I know what I'm going to do next year on Black Friday. I'm going to go around to the stores. Probably Walmart or maybe Best Buy. One of those two stores. I'm thinking Walmart would be the best choice. And see if I can get in there and film the zombies on Black Friday. Standing in line the night before, hours in advance, bringing tents to camp out to get a deal on a TV. At Best Buy, they had a 50 or 55 inch. I want to say it was a 55. Maybe it was a 50, whatever. Flat screen TV for $149. That was their Black Friday deal at Best Buy. Of course, I saw the ad too. Like, boy, I'd like to have that because I think I've got a use for a TV for the political game show channel that I'm going to be doing, in which that is the screen that questions come across or the categories you want to pick, so that you can see that standing next to me in the room that I'll be in. So I need some kind of TV, but long story short, I've determined that's quite a large TV. I wouldn't need that size. Even a 40 inch might be too big. A 32 inch should do the job, I believe, so I went ahead and got a 32 inch online. Went right to Amazon, I think it was on Amazon. Bought it right from there. Or maybe it was Walmart online, but wasn't about to go stand in line for that, and I already knew the chances of you getting that 55 inch TV for $149 with everybody else and their mother probably camped out to get that thing, and it was an in-store item only, not a chance in hell. So essentially, I'm not going to sweat it. At this point, just buy what I need online, whatever. Having said that, I've seen a few videos. If you want to get a good laugh and reality check at the same time of what the state of sheepleness has become, just go to YouTube and search for Black Friday Chaos 2015 or Black Friday Zombies 2015, things like that. And one of the videos you'll probably see is from Mark Dice. If you don't subscribe to him already, I recommend you do. Boy, does he expose the sheep and does such a great job. Drives down the parking lots of Best Buy and Walmart and all these places in California. And I think one of the places he was at was Oceanside, California, so he must be around there. And he's kind of bullhorning, you zombies. On tonight, Night of the Living Dead, we've got mindless zombies in front of Walmart. He's actually bullhorning it as he drives by in the parking lot, and telling them, here's a bunch of people. Do any of you guys have jobs? I'm just curious. Anyway there, raise your hand if you have a job. You're mindless people. You spending money you don't have on things you don't need. Just put it on the credit card. So that's what he's saying. Over and over and over again. But it's a shame, man. You see some of these, people again getting trampled, people fighting over. My hand was on it first, it's mine, and people pulling people off each other, people pulling people out of the doorway who are trampled. I mean, you can find some of these videos just by searching for those terms I just told you. This is what we've become. I watched it this morning and I said to myself, man, if the powers that be ever came to me for any damn reason by luck of, the draw or chance, Jason, stop doing the videos and join us. Ooh. It'd be tough. I love y'all, but I might have to jump ship. After watching some of these damn videos, the Black Friday ones especially, I might have to jump ship if that opportunity ever came up. My goodness. And you say to yourself, you know what? I think we do need a culling of the sheeple population. I'm looking at the length these people will go to get that damn Xbox on sale, or the flat screen new 4K TV. 720 high def's not good enough. 1080 high def's not good enough. Let's get the 4K TVs. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. You see that, and then you realize, how come none of y'all ever did anything like this, like, ever, when prepping? You know, a little food storage, some things that you might need in an emergency situation. Do you think those same people that you see in these lines, which you watch the videos and you can make up your own mind on that, whether you think these are the kind of people that would be prepping for anything in advance, or do they live day by day? I want this, I don't need it, but I want it, I'm getting it, and I don't have the money to get it, most importantly, but I'm going to find a way to get it anyways. And damn it, I waited in this line for 8 hours. I'll be damned if someone else is going to come here and take this thing from me. And people are fighting on the floor and pulling it and tugging it and falling on each other and screaming and yelling. Unbelievable. So on a brighter set of news, my dad, who lives with an older guy, converted part of his house into a secondary house, you know, like a mother-in-law suite kind of a thing. But he, a few years ago, advertised it for rent. My dad, being separate from my mom, she's living with my sister. My dad is now has been there for a few years, paying fairly decent rent, you know, as far as inexpensive goes. Not bad, not a bad deal he's got there. He loves the place. He absolutely loves the place. Peace and quiet. He's got a couple, 2-3 acres with the guy. You know, it's kind of like his own little slice of heaven, from what he tells me. I've been there, of course. I've seen it. Pretty cool. But what he calls the old man, which is the man who owns the place, he's been, how do I say, taken advantage by a whole lot of people throughout his life, over and over and over again. So it's real easy for him to try to help somebody along to get screwed over and over and over again. So, speaking of that type of scenario, there was just such an example of this tall, skinny, lanky dude that if one word can give you a description of the guy, my dad's good with little nicknames. He nicknamed him Jabroni. I heard that, Jabroni. That tells me a lot. Probably doesn't have any money. He's probably mooching off everybody, which is probably why he wanted to move in and bring his trailer to the old man's property, which is exactly what happened. And it's exactly what I just said is happening. He's been mooching, and Steve, could I borrow the Wi-Fi? You know, well, it's actually the old man's Wi-Fi. It's included in my dad's rental payment, which is electricity, air conditioning, all that. Wi-Fi, it's all included. Water, etc. But that wasn't for Jabroni. And Jabroni lives in a trailer, and trailers have that tin or whatever material on the outside, which I'm here to tell you, being an expert in the Wi-Fi side of things, is terrible to try to get a signal through. So he's having trouble. He's going out, can I do this? So he goes inside the old man's house and is now screwing with the router, unplugging it, changing things, Wi-Fi, change the password. My dad's all kicked offline. You don't know what happened. Why am I offline? Oh, Jabroni was in here screwing around with this thing. Did you tell him to come in? No, he just came in on his own and did it. What the hell's going on here? Jabroni, you messed everything up. You still can't get online. Jabroni, my son says because you're in a trailer and it's made of tin on the outside, that's why you can't get a good signal when you're inside, but when you step outside, it's okay, like you said. That's why. So in order for us to work, we have to move the entire thing closer to your trailer, a lot closer, which will then prohibit the old man from using it. Jabroni, it's not going to work. So it's as good as it's going to get. And he's that kind of guy that always does stuff like that. Will tinker with something you had no idea about. Now you're screwed over on this. Now that's not working. Take an extension cord from your house to now plug into his trailer. and he's using all kinds of additional electricity and you know, that kind of stuff. Not paying the old man. He's supposed to pay him some rent money. Not been paying him. Finally, the old man kicked him off the property. Get the hell out of here. Get out. You're being evicted. Get this piece of shit off my land. And I mean, I think it was a pool behind trailer, but you can imagine the guy nicknamed Jabroni, what it would look like and how he took care of it. Just gonna say that. So finally, he's off the property, and at some point, the old man, I don't know if he got a trespass warrant or just the eviction itself became a trespass against him. You know, I'm not sure how that worked, but according to my dad, he should not be allowed on the property. And every now and then he comes back, and I bought some bottles of some kind of wine or some crap. I know the old man's got it in here. No, we haven't had a delivery actually with your name on it, and God knows how long. You've been gone for a while. Yeah, but I know it's here. I know it had to have come here. Jabroni, why would it come here? You don't live here anymore. You have a new address. Wouldn't it be shipped to your new address? Yeah, but no one knows where I live, and I didn't change that on shipping stuff when I order stuff. So you still use the old man's address? You're not supposed to be here? Yeah. Okay. Jabroni, it's not here. Trust me. Now, Jabroni moved some of his crap to the neighbor's yard. Neighbor was kind enough to let him temporarily, you know, moving off the old man's land. Can you help me out a little bit? Temporarily, can I store this riding lawnmower over here for you know, for me until I can get it moved? Few weeks, it'll be out of here. No problem. It's been months, still there. And he goes over there and tinkers around with it, and will cut the yard, I guess, of the guy, maybe as like a thanks for letting me keep this here. But then decides to go cut like the side of the highway and down the street, and okay, whatever. So Jabroni comes back over to talk to my dad recently. You old man, you guys been messing with my lawnmower? Excuse me? You guys been messing with my lawnmower? I think you guys poured oil in with the gas and stuff. Listen, Jabroni, we don't have time for that kind of nonsense. We've never touched your lawnmower, trust me. Goes over there, looks at the gas. Gas is actually fine. Works perfectly, even starts up and runs. Jabroni, the hell are you talking about? Well, one of my tires was flat on the lawnmower. I know the old man had probably came over here. Tells that to the neighbor guy who he's storing the stuff on his property. Knocks on his door. Man, I know they're messing with me next door, man. They're messing with my lawnmower, man. I'm not gonna take that. What are you talking about? I know they're coming over here. The old man and Steve, or one of them, they're coming over here and messing with my lawnmower. He said, listen, and I say Jabroni. I don't know if they ever call him by his first name. They might, but the neighbor probably does. Whatever his name is, I'm going to refer to him as Jabroni. He says, Jabroni, listen to me. I've known that neighbor for 25 years. Been my neighbor ever since. I know he's not coming over here touching your damn lawnmower. My father just died. My mother died 5 months ago. I'm working 60 hours a week now. I love the little bit of time off that I get. I don't need to hear this crap that you're alleging my neighbor and whatever Steve did. I don't want to hear it. Okay? My dad goes down to the street to put gas in his car. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about my dad. My dad will not, under any circumstances, put a full tank of gas in his car, much even less a half tank of gas. $5 please, $4 please, maybe $6. Just loves to make the trip to that gas station. Can't tell you why, not 100% sure. So, having told you that piece, my dad goes to the gas station, his normal trip. Oh man, my tire is flat, back tire is flat. Son of a gun. Limps it, it's right down the street, limps it back home. The old man, who actually works on lawnmowers for a living, and does it on the side now for quite a while, just as some extra income. He's got tools and things, right? So, Steve, let me air the tire up. Maybe we'll see if we can find the hole. No hole, no leak, just a flat tire. For the next 2 or 3 days, and so far, the tire has held air the entire time. Huh. Now, Jabroni alleged they let the air out of his tire and put something in his gas can in his lawnmower. Aha. Red flag. Coincidence, right? Oh, first time's coincidence. Check. We'll check that off as coincidence. Oh, a few days later, my other tire is now flat. So now you have two instances of this, whereas you've been there for a few years and never had such a thing. Correct. Okay. So he calls me today, and I'm not sure if it was one of those two tires or another tire. We found two nails side by side, dink, 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 and dink, 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 in the tire. Again, man of wisdom, I try to be. Thoughts? What are the chances of two nails puncturing a tire at the identical same time, touching each other? Magic 8 Ball says signs point to slim chance. Correct. Dad, it's time to catch the bastard. And by the way, as you know, I am an expert at catching people on camera. I did it years ago when I worked at the auto repair shop. Talking 1997, 98. And we caught a few people with that sucker. Dad, I've got some spare cameras. I've got my old DVR. We're going to catch them, or whoever is doing this. And these cameras have the little night vision, infrared lens lights on them. And it will sit there and record all night long, all day long, and even alert you when motion has been detected. Now, I'm assuming he's coming at night, but nonetheless, we're going to set this thing to record. And when we catch him, assuming we do, unless he's done, unless he tried to give his final shot to my dad for some reason of, getting him back, which my dad never did anything, I will be playing it for you with pleasure on one of my videos when we catch him. So I just drove to my job to get a couple things I have sitting at work on my shelf that I need real quick. So I'm gonna go set that up for Papa, and we're gonna see if we can catch Jabroni. Stay tuned.